and Elevation Radio.
Hello, Baltimore, D.C., and Virginia, and the globe. Shout with us, praise the Lord. This is the Elevation Radio 1, and we are happy to be here tonight. Special broadcast here on Tuesday night, day after Labor Day. Subject matter is Baltimore's best, and the theme will be entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship 101. Do you know what it's all about? So it's important to know that as we, especially in this pandemic time, we have to rearrange into life to try to do things. The traditional 9 to 5 is not working. This maybe it's too dangerous to go to the office, and so now you have to get the bills paid. Get a way to keep lights on, my goodness. And so now may be a time to do some passion that you've always thought about. This is the time, and that's important. And so Baltimore's best. We are looking at 101. And so I'm going to go to the and right to the Queen. No, she's not. Okay. Do I have my illustrious co-host? Yeah, you'd have to call in.
Can you hear me? Why I gotta be illustrious?
Because that's what you are. You are VIP, the host with the mostest, and an expert on this subject matter, which is very important. I think the Queen has now arrived. Thank God.
Give me a second.
Okay, can you? All right. Dear Jesus, can you please read Proverbs 10 and 4, please?
Yes.
The verse to rehearse.
Okay.
Say hello to the audience.
Greetings, everyone.
Did you say hello to Dr. McKenzie?
Oh, greetings, Dr. McKenzie. How are you? Not coming up.
Good evening.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
My phone is not coming up for whatever reason. I don't know why.
All right, technical difficulties, so we'll just go
right
ahead. And that is Proverbs, thank God for paper and Proverbs 10 and 4 talks about lazy hands made for poverty. And if you're lazy, you don't want to work all day and get up afternoon and everything else on a regular basis, you're going to be homeless, poor. Oh my goodness! And so, say hello to the listening audience, to the ever vivacious Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr. How are you, sir?
Excellent. Absolutely. Got to give him praise first and foremost. But I'm doing quite all right. How about yourself, Doctor?
I'm living on his grace, sir. And so, matter of fact, if anyone thinks that they are one of Baltimore's best entrepreneurs, they can call in at 1-4-5353, and we'll give you a shout out for your business. 1914-205-5353. If you believe that you're one of Baltimore's best entrepreneurs, yeah, that's important. Let me start it off by saying, Praise Unlimited Ministries Incorporated, 1410, one of Baltimore's best, been that way since 1994 on it. Yeah, proud of it. Thank God for it. Yeah, what you got there, Dr. McKenzie?
Well, it would be JNF Enterprises. Is there?
Okay.
Is there an echo? I'm getting some feedback.
No, sir. I know I hope the program's not wiretapped, but otherwise not. No.
Knowing you, it is. Knowing you, it is. You know they always.
I may have a few.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a few incognito listeners, so.
I always feel like somebody's watching me.
All right, Rockwell.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So,
Let's go.
Okay. All right. What is, if you had to say a or entrepreneurship, since you are an expert in the field, what would you say? How would you find it?
How would I define entrepreneurship?
Yes, sir.
It is the individual who takes on the responsibility and the risk of ownership of a business, ownership, management, and running of a business. That would be my short definition of it.
Okay. Well, and that is. Do you agree, Queen? Do you think he's right?
Yes, I do.
You're not just saying that because you like Dr. Kenneth.
No. No.
Okay. All right. Well, all right. He is correct. If you side with Dr. McKenzie, you can call us at 914-205-5355. Entrepreneurship has several components in it, and it's not for the scared or for the weak.
Not at all.
Actually, the word you don't know. I'll tell you, entrepreneurship is when you're hanging out there by yourself or with God only, out in the middle of the water, and it's usually when He calls you away from your profession. That's called a Christian entrepreneurship. Calls you from it, or if you don't leave it, it leaves you, and you have to survive on an idea and take the idea from vision, which is what we call vision, to actually fruition. And according to directhit.com, they're talking about on the website how to entrepreneur. It's a lifestyle. And, it's very important. So, and something called Pondo, Pondo web.com, talks about the entrepreneur business. So these are good websites to look up to take it further. I got excited for a second, Dr. McKenzie.
Yes.
Yep.
Dr. McKenzie, follow the scripture. I said I got excited for a moment. Ask me why.
Yeah, because you're breaking up really bad. Yeah.
Why?
Okay. I got excited because I found on the website a website that Organization Baltimore, an EO, and it had 14,000 influential businesses that were part of it, including M&T Bank, which I got excited. And it has 195 chapters in 12 countries. And
oh wow,
they actually offered membership. I got even excited. And I got excited even more when I knew that in the membership I could join this. If I had founded or was a co-founder of the business, or an owner, I was ecstatic until something happened.
What'd you read?
I read the fourth requirement, and then I was deflated like a tire.
Yeah, saw what you had to do to be a member, didn't you?
Yeah, it said that I had to gross in my business more than $1 million annually. And I was like, come on, man! I tell you, I threw the papers down.
Well, that ain't nothing but pennies in a barrel to you.
No, sir, you're talking about yourself, Mr. VIP,
pennies in a barrel to you. You're like, okay.
Global Trotter, Mr. Bitcoin. Can you say bullion? And so And I'm gonna tell you, the person's got all the money. Dr. McKenzie, it's not us. It's I mean, she's got the money.
What?
So I love you. And so,
No, I don't.
So, yeah, I had to have $1 million annually of boost. So I was, okay, this is not going to work. So I got frustrated. I threw the papers down. Then I went on to something else, and so I said, hallelujah, Jesus, please. I went to another, kept on searching until I came across something called Startup Grind.com. So if you don't know what Grind is, Grind, tell them what Grind is, Dr. McKenzie.
Oh, that's when you putting that work in on your, for your business. You're out networking. You're out dealing with your clients. You're actually being what I call being productive. In your productive in your business, or being productive, growing your business. So that's what's on your. What that to me, what's being on your grind is.
So that sound kind of hip hop-ish and whatnot. I'm on my grind, yo.
In the 21st century. In the 21st century, get with it.
My wife is looking like, oh my God, I'm on my grind, baby. So
yes, sir.
And so StartupGrind.com talks about those kind of things, and they're offering actually on the September 23rd. A webinar. Since we're into the digital world, have to learn these terms. Webinar on sales tools for founders. For folks who have the vision.
Grind?
Yeah, StartupGrind.com. And if you would like to be a part of that, you can call in at 1914-205-5353. God bless you. And as we move forward. There is something else called Biz, B-I-Z, .yelp, Y-L-P, and that is for getting your business listed, so which is very important. If they're going to contact you and you're going to get some, at least get some audience, at least be considered in the game, you've got to at least be listed somewhere. Good God, I mean, is that important, Dr. McKenzie?
Well, it's very important. It's the only way that you're able to the only way for you to be able to grow your brand, your business and your brand is to incorporate a part of what you do, part of your strategy should be networking, and that's being in events like you just mentioned. Figuring out whether or not whether or not they have your target audience. I mean, they don't have to necessarily. The ones that you just mentioned don't necessarily have to have your target audience, because this is to help you with your business. This is to help you to be able to network business to business. Because the two that you just named sound like that they're going to have other entrepreneurs there, not other people looking to purchase products or services and stuff. So. But doing the business to business networking is just as important, and being at those events as it is at being at an event as a sponsor or a partner or anything like that, because it gives you the exposure that you need, and that's what you need, because you should be using those two events like you just mentioned to be able to grow relationships, because. Relationships are resources. So, relationships are resources. So you have to develop relationships with other like-minded people. One, because it's great to be around other entrepreneurs, because you may have a product or service that they can refer the people that they know that are in their network, and then you can vice versa do the same thing. You may know some people in your network that need their particular product or service. So by by being able to be in those kind of events or attending those kind of things or being in that network, you're able to network with other entrepreneurs, and you're able to gain relationships. Hopefully, you'll be able to develop those relationships from that.
Now, these are excellent points, and I thank you, Dr. McKenzie. Junior, I had a mentor that said to me years ago that anybody comes within 6 feet of a flyer or a business card, we now do panic, where you got to stay away from me 6 feet, but still room for a business card. I'll tell you.
Now it's mandatory. They're not going to get within 6 feet of you. You know.
I tell you. There is a for entrepreneurs who are 9 to 5 and find themselves they made 2 jobs, now you're on down to 1 job. Some have no job. What you gonna do? How you gonna pay them bills? You're gonna need prayer. You're gonna need God, and you're gonna need an idea. Yes, indeed. And so eTour, TOUR.com is helps entrepreneurs to develop an idea to the stages. Pretty exciting. So you need to go there and check it out. .com. And it's very important to note that I'll have a story that I was actually going through some hard issues years ago, and I decided I had only $10 in my pocket. And I said, well, I'll either go to this what do you call it? It was at Hilton Hotel, Pikesville Hilton, Motivational Mondays speak situation, or I'll go get the widow woman and die. And I decided to live. I go there and it's the last time, and just go and hang around some positive people, and that's all I did. Because that's what it costs you, $10. So I listened to the messages and all that, and then I ended up hanging around because I had nowhere else to go. I had married the queen, and so I was by myself, and so I went around, and there was no sense going home. So I stayed there, ended up seeing somebody, and I thought I recognized him. I went to, hey, hello, sir, how are you? How do you feel? And he says, I'm fine, and yourself? I said, where are you from? And I started figuring out, it's a church with the so-and-so and so-and-so. Finally, he said, did you ever apply for a job at the prison office? I said, I surely did. I didn't get it. He said, yeah, you didn't. I was in that room and I interviewed. I was in one of the interviews, and now I'm the director, and I've watched you in your presentation. I want to hire you, and I'm going to tell you exactly how. So everything can happen. Positivity. And so God was into positivity, and for an entrepreneurship, ended up with an employment, which later helped me fund my entrepreneurship, which is important. You need funding. Is that important, Dr. McKenzie?
It is, honestly. It is virtually the number one issue, I believe, for those entrepreneurs in our community. When you ask them across the board, most of them, I would say, a good 8 out of 10, maybe even 9 out of 10. The major issue is going to be financing. They need capital, and that's one of the things I think that we need to work on as entrepreneurs is understanding money, and then understanding capital, and understanding how to raise it, how to collectively come together and and possibly partner to do certain ventures and stuff like that, and even put a plan together to be able to, if you don't necessarily have the money yourself, to come to come, think about and put a plan together to be able to get the money using other people's money.
You didn't say a
which
plan,
is what other communities do. So so we can do this. You can do the same thing. I was on a call last night, and the brother was talking about investing, real estate investing. With and he was from. Now check this out. He was in, I want to say Florida. Was it Florida? No, he was in Tennessee. I'm sorry. He's in Tennessee, mind you. He said he was on the phone call with other investors, and they're talking about the cities that are going to be going through this uptick in real estate, in the real estate boom, right? Guess which city was one of the cities that he mentioned that they talked about investing in?
Baltimore.
Yes, sir. And here's what he was saying. Something as simple as, and he said it's about, I think, 3 to 5 of them, maybe, that came together and said, he said, what if we get together, because they were talking about making sure that everybody, that you get your credit score where it needs to be, so that you could actually partner with other folks that have that 700 plus credit score. And if each of you go into the bank, because if you have the good credit score, then you can what? You can borrow the money.
Yes, sir.
And I'll give you an example. Me, you, your wife, and let's say three other people, right? We get total of 6 of us. Each of us goes in, and we all have above 700 credit scores, and we all go in to borrow or get a line of credit of, let's say $25,000. Mm-hmm. That right there is at a minimum of 25,000. Well, let's say 20,000. 20,000 times 6 is what? 120. I'm sorry, $120,000 that we have in money that we can now use to do and go buy a couple of properties, if not, a property. We take that property, flip it, and then we're able to borrow against that property, get that property. We're able to now use the money that we got in fixing that property up to be able to borrow, and we buy the block. Yeah, right. And we were talking about in terms of buying the block here in Baltimore. And I remember years ago, my buddy and I, one of my closest friends and I, a couple of us, we talked about doing that very thing. We were like, man, we could buy blocks of streets here in Baltimore and do so much for the community.
What stopped you?
And everything. So,
What stopped you?
Well, I guess the way that life, you plan for things, because this was like, I think, when we were in college or right out of college. So it was what we wanted to do, but we didn't have the ability at that time, to be honest with you. So it's still on my to-do list. And now I'm in a better position to be able to get with others, to be able to say, hey, let's do that. Let's find an area in Baltimore. And since then, my close friend, the good friend, he's passed away, but that idea is still there. I have 2 ideas that I really want to bring to fruition. One is that one, which is bringing by the block, which is where we find an area in Baltimore that, of course, like there are plenty of areas in Baltimore that have just blocks of boarded up houses and everything like that. Right, that the city either owns or are, the landlords are slumlords. So we're
let me stop right there. Most of the slumlords in Northwest, and the mayor, which is your Jack Young, has not done anything to stop the generational spiral, along with Stephanie Rawls Blake, Catherine Pugh. So it's been a now, of course, if they took the money from John Hopkins and charged them water bills, We would not,
Right.
we would have this situation. And I'm wondering
Now you have
who
certain
can.
pockets that you know, right? Exactly, because if you take a look at that, if you take a look at Baltimore, who owns East Baltimore? Hopkins. Who owns what is that area? Is that South Baltimore where Universal Maryland is? Is that considered South Baltimore?
Pigtown, yes.
Okay. So that area is South Baltimore. University of Maryland owns that pocket. This is what they're buying up right now. Yeah, this is what they're buying up right now. You know,
this is a hospital town.
Hopkins, yeah, exactly. Hopkins got east side on lock. University of Maryland has South on lock. West Baltimore, I don't think anyone is picking up that corridor yet.
Well, you got University of Maryland.
Yeah, University of Maryland is moving up that corridor.
And yeah, Maryland General also.
Right.
Maryland General is right there
Yeah.
before you get to the State Building. Yeah, they got that.
Right.
Then you've got 21205 and 21215 and some other DeVitas as a sub for kidney dialysis. All that's influenced, and Warren Buffington is actually entrepreneur is actually getting $800 a share on that situation.
And don't forget about down in that Hanover area, Under Armour has that area down there.
He's trying to sell it. But, yeah.
What they're trying to do. So you have these big corporations that are trying to do things in and around the city. I think it's key for us to be able to, as the small business entrepreneurs, to be able to say, and us as our community to say, you know what, no, we're gonna do this. Use the concept and the black print, what I call the Black Wall Street black print, to be able to do that same thing.
You didn't just say
but
black.
We have to be willing to
on the radio.
Be willing to work together, though. You know.
You didn't say black on the radio, did you?
Yeah, I did.
It's unheard of. Did you get permission from Donald Trump to use that word black?
Yeah. I ain't looking to get nothing, no kind of approval from that man. Please. I wish he would.
Let me see here. What's your take on the whole thing? I mean,
say that again.
The Queen, what's her opinion on the whole thing?
Me?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're a co-host on the show, aren't you?
What did you say?
So this means you weren't paying attention to anything that we were talking about.
I can't. You're breaking up. What are you saying?
Oh, I'm not breaking up like you say I'm breaking up. I said that. So you heard nothing that we talked about.
I heard some.
So, all right. What's your opinion of the work necessary for they have it in
You're breaking up so bad. You're chopping up. What are you saying? I'm sorry. You really chopping up.
I didn't ask you all that. I asked you a question. The question I asked you,
I don't understand.
Female entrepreneurs.
I heard the word entrepreneur. That was it.
That's the first level. Start the business. And at the decision to start, you can be defensive, but you say that too long, you got to move from the idea to actually start it. Get started. And then move to, okay, you back with us?
Yeah.
Dr. McKenzie? Okay, all right.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. And I was saying that there are 4 different entities to become an entrepreneur, and that one is starting a business to actually make a decision, get started, actually do it, get started. That's the hardest one to do. What do you think?
Well, I think it's one of the hardest. I think the other thing is to remain consistent. I think people
you had to go there.
People, yeah, but that's being real though, because a lot of people wanna they get all they get all hyped and get all let's go, and they start, but then then they find out how hard it is to be an entrepreneur. And they don't realize and understand the effort that it takes in order to be an entrepreneur. And I tell people that being an entrepreneur is one of the hardest things that you will ever do. And it's not meant for everybody. It'll have you, on your knees or curled up like a baby, crying, trying to figure out why you doing this thing, And the reality is it will be like Mike Tyson walking up to you and punching you in your face, And the question is do you have what it takes in order to be able to get back up? Because I know it'll knock you down. It will. You're going to get knocked down.
Can you imagine trying to run a micro enterprise, or one or two micro enterprise businesses, or three or four, while you're going through health issues, while you're going through divorce, while you're going through you've lost your main employment job, money, and so so let me say here, God gave me when I was actually working for didn't work out all. It's a true life story of Staples from the funeral home or funeral parlor or whatever, as a sales rep, and it didn't work out. So I looked up and I saw the sign that I saw every day, but that day was different. It was a God that spoke to me. So, and it says 1,000 business cards for $10. So I looked in my pocket and I was going to do another thing, take the last $10 I had and go get some Popeye chicken and die. And I looked and I said, let me go. God was telling me, go in there and take that $10 bill and go in there and start a business. So I asked him how much it was. It's $9.99. So I took every penny I had. And so I got the business card. I said, what's the name of the business? I have no idea. And so, but that's what Praise Unlimited started from. And I've had some nights where I'm just looking at trying to figure out how we're going to survive, how we're going to manage it, how we're going to make it at the growth and at getting an identity, doing stuff that nobody else ever done, not knowing I was doing it, putting magnets on my car because I got it from corporate America when I was out selling, and doing that for gospel music, and people were laughing at me that I was crazy, and now everybody else is doing it. So it being kind of like a trendsetter,
right?
But, I've had concerts where I gave up, spent thousands of dollars, and when I looked at when I sat and did the math and realized how much I spent trying to put that together, and I did a God had put it for me, I was mad. I was mad at God. How dare you? Could you? My wife knew how much money I spent. She would divorce me. And then I would. He said keep writing. So I kept writing, and then I realized he put every penny back. I broke even. So I'm like, okay. So it's like that. I said it's like that. He said it's like that. And I found out that God is gangster because he said it's like that, yo.
Oh yes, sir. He's the gangster of all gangsters. You know what I'm saying? You can't out gangster the original gangster. You know what I'm saying?
No, sir.
This is how gangster he is.
Wait, how gangster is it?
He told Lucifer, I don't want you here because I'm the only one that run this place. He said, now go on. I'm gonna put you where I want to put you, and then you stay there until I come back for you. How about that?
Oh, okay. When he made mention to about how bad he was. He said, "I swear by my own self, you know you bad." What you got?
No, I got
you got later?
For you.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir. I got another one for you. when Job
ahead,
started running his mouth, saying, "I wish I knew where he was," he said, "I'm right here. Now tell me, where were you when I created all of this? Where were you when darkness was upon the earth? Tell me that ain't gangster."
Oh. You took mine, because I was going to say, he said, Gerda, before.
You still there? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me at all?
Yeah,
I can hear you now.
Yes, I can just start talking. Woman.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear your lovely voice. Do you have something to add?
What are you asking?
I'm saying, do you have something to add about how it is?
I think you said, do I have some, I don't know.
Have something to add to what we were talking about how God is.
Oh, no, it's okay. I'm just
You mean you took me through all that for that?
Yeah.
She thinks that's funny. Let me move on, please. Dr. McKenzie, no one goes through. So after you start the business, dear God in heaven, you have to run the business and have to learn all about how to maintain it, hiring and maintaining staff. And says he obtained second round funding. I got the first round. So what, the second round?
Right, exactly.
Donations, please. So, very important. Running a business can start in the morning, and if you're a micro enterprise, an army of one, you'll be running it till wee hours of the night. It's actually working a 9 to 5 is much easier. And then we got
not a 9 to 5.
That's for sure. My wife asks me often, "Why are you still on a computer? Why are you still on a computer?" I said, well, how do you think you get what you get? If I went on this computer, nothing would be happening. Sales and marketing. Let me stop right there and throw my hands up. Can you define sales and marketing, sir? Because that's 90% of my time is spent trying to get sales, and most time on marketing.
Right. Well, sales is how can I put this? The sales is actually having your product. The sales is actually having your product or service be the answer to someone's problem. Marketing is how you show someone that your product or service is the answer to to someone's problem.
Well,
every
that's
business
very. I
is
like
the
that.
answer to someone's problem.
Mm-hmm.
Every business,
just like
every business is the answer to someone's problem.
Yeah.
The question is, who are you the answer for?
Oh, watch yourself, sir. Watch yourself. Don't get too deep. Okay.
Right.
My life was going along. I was flatlining until God decided to give me the answer to my problems, which is my wife, Leora.
Ah, there it is.
Yeah. That deserves some sugar. And so we'll talk about it.
That wasn't on sale either.
We'll talk about it offline.
She wasn't on sale either.
Yeah. And so it says here you also have to have business ideas, and so you have to identify your business. Are you a retail, a direct sale? Are you a service business? What is your thing? It's very important. Now, and there are 100 Bible verses about entrepreneurship. Did anyone know that?
Mm-hmm. I didn't know the exact number, but I knew that it was quite a few. Okay.
And there are actually at least 10 Bible verses that every entrepreneur needs to know, according to Jeff Rose, written July 7th of this year. And one of them was the verse rehearsed. Yeah. One of those was by what my wife read was lazy hands will lead to poverty. Proverbs 10:4. You can't be lazy.
You have those written down? What can I find out?
Yeah, it's on. I'm so glad you asked me, sir. That's why you're who you are. Good Financial Sense. Good Financial Sense. CENTS.com has the 10 verses for every entrepreneur needs to know. And he's actually getting the information. And if you want the information, you can call in at 1-914-205-5353. We've got another one here. It says, do not toil to gain wealth. Wow, don't work for wealth, but be discerning enough to dissent, which means to know how to avoid a lot of these get-rich-quick stuff. It amazes me how many church people are trying to get rich and won't read the Bible, but they'll be all up in videos and and whatnot. And that is Proverbs 23:4. Got another one here. It says, sluggard.
Is not a get rich quick.
No, sir. Sluggard, do not plow in season. So at harvest time, they look for the harvest and can't find anything because they didn't do anything. Nothing for nothing leaves nothing. And that's Proverbs, again, 20:4. Number of your business, Dr. McKenzie?
Say that again.
The number for your business?
The number for my business?
Yes.
Sure. It's 443 762-2324. You got to remember, you're breaking up, so you're kind of coming in and out. Spotting, yeah.
You're trying to help. You try to help people, and this is what they do. And Leora Tana.
Yes.
What is the name of what is your business? What's your business name? The phone number?
www.shopfreemart.com /Leora Turner 1956. The phone number is 410-588-9050.
And we have health and beauty products, right?
Yes, they are.
All right. Only call my wife for health and beauty products. And so if you're looking for the best on-call organist that you've ever heard in your life, yeah, I'm going that far. You call at 1-410-302-2737 for the on-call organist. Good God Almighty. Look at our new website, www.ultimatepraise.us, allpraise.us. On this program on Saturday will be Mr. Willie, world-famous Fields, music phenom and prodigy from Poly. We're going to have a Poly party, a Poly City Nights Aloud. You will be talked about viciously here on this program. But we want to let you know that God is in. You can still have fun, still be Christian at the time. God bless you. So, Dr. McKenzie, are you a Christian, sir?
Oh, absolutely. Every day, all day.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Leora, are you a Christian?
100%.
Man, Dr. McKenzie, she's so much a Christian. I asked her to pray before we pull off in the car to go for our day, and she gets into this kind of. I just want a short prayer, Dr. McKenzie. But she gets into this, dear God in heaven, thank you for what you've done for me. Thank you for your love and your kindness and your sweetness. And thank you for your mercy. From the clay hills of Georgia, thank you for the red mud which made me. We wrote in our Holy Spirit. Thank you. I said, can you just pray? A short prayer? I'd like to get there where I need to go. I mean, sometime today. Can you be too much of a Christian? Can you be too deep? Can you be too holy?
I do not.
That's all right. And so, yeah. All right. Anything new coming up real quick? Dr. McKenzie Jr.
Yeah, I have a couple of things this month. For this is a busy month. I have coming up this Thursday. I have an interview with Miss Shayna Jefferson on the brand new development series, and and it's ironic we're talking about entrepreneurship tonight, but her and I will be. She's a psychotherapist, which I think I'm gonna give her your number too, so you can get some help.
I got problems. I got issues. Yeah. What about
it? But we're going to be having the discussion on the cost of entrepreneurship, talking about the mental cost of entrepreneurship, and what it takes mentally. Yeah, mentally to be involved in entrepreneurship and because folks, this entrepreneurship thing, it'll eat you up and spit you back out if you're not careful, and especially in the time that we're in right now, because you have a lot of businesses that have that have had to close, due to the pandemic that we're dealing with. So
what about this?
How do you handle that?
What about when your spouse does not support you in your entrepreneur business?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I ain't talking about my wife. I always talk about somebody else. I was just saying.
Yeah. But there's a mental cost.
I better cut this off before we.
Yeah.
I better cut it off before I get in trouble.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a great conversation this coming Thursday at 7 p.m. On Zoom and Facebook Live, and then there's the Authors Expo that's coming up on the 19th. Is it? Yeah, the 19th. The Authors Expo from 1 to 4, which is virtually again, and then I'm doing a presentation on the 26th for Write That Book that's inside of you. We're going to be discussing the tools needed, the 7 tools needed in order to be able to write that book that's inside you. So those are just a couple of things coming up this month. I'm sorry, the 26th is the CBO conference, the Christian Business Owners Summit that's coming up.
Oh.
That's a virtual event as well. Yeah. So
you got a lot of good things
I got
there,
4 events. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
You're always doing something.
A couple things. September is full when it comes to events and everything. So it's about keeping your business out there and understanding, like we talked about tonight, how to start up, or even how to grow your business, your brand, your business and your brand. Those things. So.
Well, not to be outdone as the music man here, but we are going to be on the 19th interviewing one Brandon Scott, who's attempting to become the Fire and Brimstone.
Yes, sir.
The miracle is
speaking
happening.
Of which, you said the 19th at 5:30, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna have to make sure I'm in my seat for this one. So, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if
every
you saw
activist,
2 things.
Huh?
They had a town hall about maybe a week ago, maybe a week or 2 ago.
Are you trying to start trouble
Scott.
as we end this program, sir? I feel that you are.
Yep. No, I'm not starting trouble. Brandon Scott, Robert Wallace, who is a businessman for those that don't know here in Baltimore City, and the Pastor Wright that was on the show a couple of weeks ago.
Yes, indeed.
Shannon Wright. They had a town hall, and this was sponsored by the Greater Baltimore Black Chamber of Commerce.
Are you?
And
should I be sitting down for this? Because I feel something heavy is about to drop.
Oh no! I'm just saying they were on there. They were on that during the town hall, and then I sent you. Pastor Wright was on Let's Talk Baltimore. I think last week, being interviewed by, her name is Lady J, which is Charlene Jenkins is her name. She's the owner, co-owner of Worldwide Flavor Network, radio network. And Pastor Sharon Wright was on there talking about the city and all of those things. So they're in that mode right now to be able to get as much airtime as they can to be able to inform people of their platforms and what they, kind of what they stand for. So I'm anxious to hear what Brother Brandon Scott has to say on the show.
Well, he can only say based on the questions that are being asked of him, and so I solicit you to get your questions together, and I solicit any citizen of Baltimore, any activist that has ears to hear, that always wanted to ask a question. You've got a pertinent question, you've got a burning question. I suggest you let it out on the 19th.
Send it in.
Call this number, 1914-205-5353. The line should be lined up, backed up, stacked up for this one, okay? Because you may not get any other opportunity to ask the man directly what his stance is on various issues that affect you and chilling and everybody else, your parents, everybody. So I suggest you do that, and his team and to support that. Good amount of money. So notice, I think that's left to say. Did you want to say a song, Queen?
No.
Oh. I mean, per capita, you haven't done that much talking here. She's just so thank you. Anything. Can you do the normal life is worth living? All right, then. Now, to the airwaves, to the globe, to you, my wife, First Lady Leora Turner, in a original poem called "Life is Worth Living," and always worth living.
Ready?
Go ahead.
Life is worth living wherever you are, deep in a dungeon or high on a star. Life is worth living. It all has its plan. When God knows you're giving the best that you can. So just pray when you're happy and pray when you're feeling blue. For life is worth living when God lives with you. See that?
Oh. Yeah, right.
What are you saying?
You're breaking up way too much. Yeah.
I said, what did you think of that?
That's what I'm saying. I couldn't hear everything she was saying because it was breaking up. It was breaking up too much.
Oh, you didn't hear me?
No.
Oh, wow.
Well, do it again. Double take.
Life is worth living wherever you are, deep in a dungeon or high on a star. Life is worth living. It all has its plan. When God knows you're giving the best that you can. So pray when you're happy and pray when you're feeling blue. For life is worth living when God lives with you. Selah.
Like did you say Selah?
Like that.
He just dropped Selah Hebrew.
He said Selah.
Yeah. I didn't know she knew that. All that Bible study is paying off, I tell you. This is all right. Well, I may have to come out there and reward you. Let me get rid of Kenzie and everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. You ain't got to get rid of me. I'm gone.
It's sugar time.
I'm ghost.
No, he did not. I'm sorry. Queen, did you hear what he just said?
That you not get rid of him?
No, I want to get rid of him. No, he said he was Ghost. I mean, you know, that's real hip hop. It's like saying it's Gucci, baby.
Yes, sir.
So, let me go. So, thank you again for tuning in to the crazy, the effervescent, just an example of the gloriousness of God and how wonderful He is. We've dropped by just to encourage you, entrepreneur, dropped by to encourage you. No, you can do it. You can get the word entrepreneur also means this angel. So if you are starting an entrepreneurial business, the Army of One, micro enterprise, you are God's angel on the earth. So never let anybody talk you down and tell you're not valuable, because you are. Keep on toiling, keep on grinding, as Dr. McKenzie would say, and keep on having the faith to read Proverbs and learn more about the entrepreneur spirit. You can make it. It's going to be all right. God bless you. And in the memory of one of the greatest entrepreneurs of all times, Claudette Whalen, and to Larry Whalen, God bless you, for entrepreneurs on the go. Selah.